young ones.
Hi, I'm DeAndre Baker and I play Drew. Well, Drew is kind of like me in a way. He comes from like a lot in his background, and he's like an alpha beta male. So like he only gets mean and assertive when he needs to, and he's commonly referred to as a teddy bear. And for some reason, I get referred to as a teddy bear. So yeah, that's a little bit about Drew. And what I like about him most is I think of him as like a very deep and dramatic person. And so it gives me a chance to get really into myself and bring out characteristics of myself. The rave. When I'm walking up the steps and I sip into the helium and that high voice comes out and I actually want some helium. That was the best thing ever.
Do it again,
Okay,
I love it. I can't have enough of it in my life.
So it's like, want some helium? It's not all the way like that, but yeah. When George at the rave scene, I'm trying to exit, and like everybody, including George, like grabs me and is pulling me towards the rave, and I'm trying to leave. And then I don't know, like George scratches me, and I end up slapping him on his arm. And then afterwards, he tries to get into like a little fight with me. So that was kind of like the funniest moment. I go to Duke Ellington School of the Arts for theater, and public school is the best because it's freer. It's not a lot like strict private Catholic school where they give you demerits for chewing gum. It's amazing, and I love it, kinda. Being a part of DC gives me, I think, gives me an advantage because I'm not from New York or California, and I'm not, just one of those statistics, just going for the same role. It gives me a uniqueness, and everything that has happened to me in DC has made me the person that I am today, and I love it. I wouldn't change it. It made me mad, but the outcome made me happy. So I'm kind of like bittersweet at the moment. Mm-hmm. But I've never been a part of like a movement in which like the world has been a part of, or a lot of people have been a part of, like the Martin Luther King or the March on Selma or Malcolm X. So to be a part of something during my lifetime and to have my younger siblings a part of it too, it was breathtaking, mind blowing. I loved it. Well, I go online to Bing and Google, and I ask my grandparents or my parents about it, and they give me a lot of feedback. They give me different feedbacks of what happened to them in the 90s. Like my grandmother, she always points out the like Tupac phase where every dude had to be like Tupac in the 90s back where she was. And my aunt recalled like, she was on the artistic realm of it, so she gives me like these big sweaters, and she's like, yeah, that's really 90s. You're not ready for it yet. You're not ready for that style yet. I'm like, no, we're not reviving the 90s style. Leave it alone. I would die without Facebook and my cell phone. Those are like major components because like when you get on Facebook, you can assume the role of a stalker. So I'm at my laptop and I'm looking at people's pages and I'm like, okay, they wrote on this person's wall. I can click on their wall and look at what they wrote, and I'm like reading what I'm like, okay, what are you talking about? So it gives me a chance to be a stalker, and I guess I'm weird, so I'm a stalker, and I like Facebook, and I can't live without it. I do see it because it happened to me. It was last year. I was cyber raped by a 13-year-old girl in Alabama, and she was online and she just messaged me about something sexual, and I thought it was a joke at first, but then she became serious about it. And for some reason, like she knew my uncle who I lived with and that he wasn't home and who he worked for, and I got like completely freaked out and scared. So I like cut all my lights off, closed my blinds, shut my door, locked myself in my room and called my girlfriend, and like everybody who I called from then on laughed at me. They were like, she's not serious, chill out. But
freak me out.
Right, so I reported her to MySpace and I told her my uncle worked for the FBI.
And no problem since?
No problem since.
Okay, thank God.
Well, I go to school with Ellen and Alika and everybody, and I heard them like constantly talking about, oh no, I can't do it this weekend because I have to go film for OJ. And I'm like, what's OJ? And she says, it's this really cool show, you have to watch it, it's online. And I said, okay, what's the website? And she told me the website, and I neglected to watch it, but one day she told our teacher, Miss Tia, and she had a computer in her classroom, and we all got online and watched it together. And I like fell in love with it.